I need you to give all the love up in the room for Scarlet Alexandra!
Thank you. It's so good at gassing folks up. Well, guess what? I've just been listening and watching in the back this whole time, and bitch, I got notes! It's a literal poster. It's fine. Yeah, so I am the Canadian resident, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't make me... I've had 3 drinks. That's what happened. That's what happened. So I've been taking notes on other people's sets because we have some lovely, very, very funny comedians here that were tonight. Give it up for them, by the way. Oh my God. So I heard 2 other comedians talk about bathrooms, the difference between like women's and men's bathrooms, about like how men's bathrooms are like gross and disgusting and women's bathrooms are like wonderful and supportive. But there's a dark side, you guys. There is a downside because women can get too friendly with you in a women's bathroom. Oh, she already knows when to call her out. She already knows when to fucking call her out. Because it was so funny. I went in there just to sit down and fart. And it's hard for women to fart sometimes. It's like you have to like eke it out. You have to do like a whole math puzzle in your head just to like allow yourself for it to happen in the first place. And she's talking at me, and I love you so much. But at the same time, she's talking at me, and she goes, "I really gotta hit the vibrator." This woman from the sink goes, yeah, I really gotta hit the vibrator. And I'm like, I hope you have an abusive relationship with your vibrator. Or your phone is ringing. Either way, also, she's amazing. She definitely told some folks to quiet down earlier, which I appreciate. So you're a great comedy fan. I appreciate you being here. But at the same time, I'm definitely a big, obviously, supporter of women. I am one. I'm also bisexual. Thank you. And a bipolar. You can tell with the tattoos and the edgy shoes. But I don't know if you guys have had the woman experience. There are, again, a lot of downsides, but a lot of upsides. You can, if you have over a cup B, you can sneak in whatever you want to a music festival. You can sneak in however many bottles you can fit in there. You know what I mean? Like I've snuck in like too many bottles of Maker's Mark in this one, 2 of Jose Cuervo in this one. Although I kind of flew too close to the sun one time. This is like a Voodoo Fest in New Orleans a couple years ago. And Voodoo Fest, I don't know if you know this, takes place around like Halloween time. So I go there, none outfit, right? Easy peasy. Got a black dress on, a little habit. But I decided to sneak in a wine bag, which made it a pregnant nun outfit. So I feel pretty secure in this whole decision. I got my Spanx on, I got the wine bag underneath, and I'm going through security. And wouldn't you know it, wine bag baby falls out. The security looks at me. I look at security. I throw up my hands and go, "It's a girl!" Oh man, that was a fun 4 hours in jail. It's fine. It's not on my record. They expect that in your 20s, right? No? Okay. Y'all did not party as hard as I did, but that's fine. Y'all need to go to New Orleans, alright? That's fun. So alright, we were talking about middle school bullies earlier. I'm just gonna like float this name to you. Olivia Francis. Does that already sound like a middle school bully to you? Because she was. Olivia Francis. This bitch made fun of me so fucking much in middle school and early high school. It's like, oh, like you're the devil because you like rock music, and I'm like, oh no, and she's like, oh, well, you're going to hell, and I'm like, well, that sounds like a fun place, and she's like, oh, you should kill yourself, and I'm like, well, that's a thing that happened considering, thank you. But one of the more uncreative insults else that she said is because I wore skate shoes that were Vans. She's like, oh yeah, Vans. Yeah, what up, Vans? Yeah, well, Olivia Francis. She married the other middle school bully. And now she drives a van. So who's Vans now, bitch? Okay? Fucking drive your kids to school. I kind of want to find out where her kids go to school now. And pay another kid to bully her kid. Because then they'll turn to be a comedian like me. Highly successful. And bisexual. It's fun. Actually, no, she created 2 comedians. I'm gonna name drop a teeny bit. Rory Scovel is another comedian. His little brother and I we're all comedians because of this literal one person. Anyway, if you ever find a child with the last name Francis, bully them. I was also looking at my phone for other jokes that I've written throughout the week, and I just found my grocery list, which I discovered is just as depressing as any joke, which was Adderall, Plan B, and cat food. It's going real good. It's going real good. Love it. I feel like you need a horde Plan B at this point with the fucking way shit's going now. Goddamn. But I am dating a person. A person has decided to engage in sexual intercourse with me on a regular basis, which is pretty neat.
Hey, I got karaoke.
I love that. Yes, please clap. Love is love. Thank you. He's actually my high school boyfriend. We dated when we were 16 and 17, and now we're back together in our early 30s, which is fun and weird. The weirdest part about it, though, is that we cannot get into it unless, we're listening to Fall Out Boy. Hey, babe, is it more than you bargained for?
Yeah!
It is. Thank you. We planned that beforehand. That's how cute we are. I love it. Thank you. Alright, I've got my cute little notes here. Yeah. Because Porkchop was talking about having his titties touched earlier. I've had my booty touched more than my titties. I guess I don't, maybe it's just whatever sticks out more, whatever's happened, whatever's more accessible. When I was a pedicab driver, I charged folks, if they looked a little grabby, I was like, all right, $20 per grab. And most of the time they were like, oh no. Some guys were like, that's an easy $120. Is it sex work? Yeah, it is. And it's money. But also being in public and being a person with a body, it invites a lot of comments in general. So I just had a lot of very strange catcalls throughout my life. Since I do ride a bicycle, I've definitely heard one recently that was like, "Hey girl, can I sniff that seat?" It sounds cute. Or another one that I feel questions female anatomy. Where that pussy at? Okay. Could pull out a graph. Could give me a little rudimentary sex education. Don't have the time. My favorite one, which was called to me by an older gentleman who looked like he was more than likely not housed, experiencing homelessness, carrying a bag over his shoulder, just looked like I don't know, shit of the day had just shat all over him. and he looked up at me and his eyes just brightened. And he like looked at me pass by on my bicycle. And I'm just like, oh my God, what do you have to say to me, you lovely old homeless man? He goes, you ought to be a hoe, bitch! And I was like, at first I was like, oh! Then I was like, oh. Then I was like, oh. Because first of all, that was the biggest compliment in his brain. Like that was like, he was like, you are so attractive that you could make that your entire thing. Like that could be the way that you make money. But then also, he gave me a viable career option. And that is when I started charging people $20 to grab my ass. I'm Scarlet Alexandra. Guys, thank you so much. Have a great night.